These ones here, if you want to do them graphically, it says parallel. Parallel means what rule? Same. That means they never touch. It's the same slope. Okay, so if you want to do parallel ones graphically, graph the x and y. So I'm going to graph this right now. 2, 1, 2, and up 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Are you recording it?
Yes, I am. Okay, so I'm graphing that point. Now, I'd like to get the slope of this. Can I get the slope from this? Are you watching X? Mm-hmm. Can I get the slope from this right now, Selena? The way it's written, can I get the slope?
Yeah.
What do I have to do to get it? You have to get y by itself. So we want it to look like this. We want it to look like that. What's the first step you would do, Heather, to get the first step? You don't know all the steps. First step to get y by itself.
You would minus?
Minus what?
Plus something?
No, minus what?
Minus
Yeah, let's move the x's over. Let's get the x over here. So we're going to go minus 5x to both sides. So we're going to get negative 2y. This is going to cancel out. And you're going to get negative 5x. And this is a plus 8 because it had no sign in front. And I'm going to let it focus. Is it going to focus?
Yeah. It's like me never focus.
Okay, now what do you want to do? Esther, what do you want to do now? I almost have y by itself except for what's in front of it.
1.
Well, you can't add it to... Yeah, that negative 2 is multiplying, so what do I want to do? Divide by negative 2 because it's directly in front with nothing in between. So divide everything by negative 2. And when I do that, that's going to give me, these are going to cancel out. I'm going to get y equals, well, a negative divided by a negative is positive. 5 divided by 2. Then I'm going to go 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4. This is the same line as this, but now can I find my slope? Y equals mx plus b. Can I find my slope?
Yes.
Yeah, my slope is right here. I'll highlight it in yellow. Here's my slope. Okay? There's my slope right there. So what is m? Our first m is 5 over 2. Okay? If we wanted to graph this line, we'd have m equals 5 over 2 and b equals negative 4. Kenzie, if I want to graph this line, where would I start? At negative 4 or at 5 over 2? Negative 4, which is about right here, right? I'll put it down here somewhere. It's not on the screen very well. And then what do I want to do with the slope, Kenzie?
Rise 5, go to the right.
Yeah, rise 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to the right 2. And I'm going to connect those. And that's the original line. Okay? That's the original line there in black. Okay? And sorry that it's a little bit off the screen. Now, let's do the same thing here. What is the slope of this? What's the slope of the new line? What do you think, Ruby? What's the slope of the new line if I want the new line to be parallel? Should it be the same or should it be flipped and switched? Should be the same. So I'm going to use 5 over 2. So let's do that right now. Go to your starting point. Rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go right 2. 1, 2. We're going to connect them now. Connect the points. There's my new line that I graphed. It looks not perfectly parallel, does it? It's close, but it's not perfect. So what I should do is go backwards. I can go like this, or do you think I can go, instead of going up and right, can I go down and left and get the same answer? So let's go down. Let's go left and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My line should be right there. What is this point here? What's the B value here? What's the B value? 1, 2, 3. B equals 4. So what's my equation of the line? What's my equation of the line? What's my equation of the line now? Using this. What's my slope? Help me out, you guys. I'm going back. Once I know the point and another point, yeah, the slopes are the same. So what number am I going to write in front of x here when I do this? 5 over 2. What number is going to be added or subtracted? Plus 4. This is the way to do it with a graph. This is the way to do it with a graph. Now, I didn't draw the graph very well, so it didn't look parallel. But if I were to just reanalyze this and put this just up a little bit higher, now that I know it goes through right there, then I can see that this corrected line is really quite a bit parallel to the original line that's in black. Okay, let's do the same thing. Let's do the same thing for the perpendicular one. The one below it is perpendicular. So can you read it for us, please? X, can you read it for us? The last question.
Write the equation in slope. Me?
Yep.
Write the equation in slope intercept form of a line that passes through the given point and is perpendicular to the graph of the given equation.
Okay, so now, same thing. We're going to graph this point. We're going to go over 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And go down 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's my starting point. Now, is this line written in slope-intercept form already? What do you think, Jared? Okay, so what's the slope of this line? What's my starting slope? 2 over 9. Okay, so we can get that starting slope. Perpendicular, though. What's the rule for perpendicular, Selena? Do the hand signal. Flip and switch. So if you flip it, what do you get for that slope? Okay, now we have to switch it. It's positive, so this is negative. And some people put the negative on the bottom, but you have to have a negative there. So that's important. Our new line is going to have a slope of negative 9 over 2. We don't want to use 2/9 for our new line. Let's finish our original line. Let's finish graphing it so we can... So now I have to find negative 5. Okay? So I have to find negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have to rise 2. And I have to run 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So this is my original line in black. There's my original line in black. Here's the slope and the y-intercept. Now in my new line, remember I started at this point, what's the slope here now? Look at the new line. Hunter, look at the new line, or the point here and the new slope. What do I want to do for rise and run from this point? What do I want to rise and what do I want to run? I'm starting at this point. I need to use this slope to get another point so I can make a line. Which way 9? Up, down, left, or right? But it's got a negative sign on it, dude. So I want to go down, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm going off the screen. Is it going to fit? So what did I say you can do with the negative sign? Put it on the bottom instead. So we could also write this as 9 over negative 2. That's just as good because it's going to fit in our graph. So now, am I going to go up or down, Hunter? Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to go up 9. But before I wanted to go right 2, now I'm going to go which way? Left 2. And I connect those dots. And have I drawn a perpendicular? Does this look like a right angle here? Does it look like a right angle? Does it look like an upside down T? Or does it look like a T? Yes, it does. So we have graphed this thing. The problem is, hey, a lot of you are having side conversations. This is not easy for most people. There's a lot of steps. I would like to extend this line all the way up, but I don't have enough room. So I'm going to be stuck here. So I'm going to have to do some algebra. So here's what I'm going to do. I know I have x and y right here, and I know I have the slope. So you've done this before. How do you get the line? Y equals mx plus b, and you put the y in. You put the m in, and you put the x in, and you solve for b. So this is going to be 9 times 6 is 54, divided by negative 2 is negative 27, plus b, negative 13. I'm doing this fairly fast. Okay? Then what am I going to do to get b by itself? Add 27. What's negative 13 plus 27? 14. Do I have m? Do I have b? So what's the equation? Y equals mx plus b. Let's put m in here. And let's put b in here. And we get y equals 9 divided by negative 2. Don't forget the x plus 14. This is the answer they want. If you put the negative in front of the 9 instead, that's fine. So I've showed you two ways. You can do the graphing, and sometimes the graphing's good, like it was in this problem. Sometimes the graphing isn't so good, so you want to do it this way. You have a choice on how you do every problem. If you look at your worksheet that I gave you, look at your worksheet. Did I not give you an x and y coordinate plane on each problem? If you want, you can do it by graphing. If you want, you can do it by algebra like I did here. You have a choice. You don't have to use the graph. Okay? So that's all I want to say about it. You can start working on that for the next 3 or 4 minutes. Start the next problem on your sheet. In 3 minutes.